gorgeous blanket. So this will be a small throw. I believe the measurements were about 36 inches wide and 45 inches tall. So I'm using Crafted by Catherine. This is from Amazon. It's all in the description box, the materials. And again, about 3 full balls and less than half of a fourth one and half of the pink. This is all in the description box of all the materials. And we'll be needing scissors and either a glue gun or sewing, which would be towards the end, which would be in the last segment. So to start off our blanket, if you're following the pattern exactly, it calls for ivory and a baby pink color. So you're going to want to unravel just about enough just to start off. And we are going to be making our foundation chain, is what it's called in hand knitting. And so big mess here, guys. And so you don't want to unravel too much. So you're going to get your yarn into a position like this, and we're going to have a small tail right at the end, and we're going to make our slip knot. So you're going to fold over, and the yarn on the right side is our working yarn. That's the term you're going to be hearing me saying, our working yarn. Insert your finger, and you're going to flip it over onto the working yarn and pull right through, pulling on the tail to tighten it. And that is our first stitch, or that's our first casting on, is what it's called. And you want to make it relatively not too small, about just the size of your index finger, or just beneath the nail part. So now to cast on our second stitch, fold over the loop and pull the working yarn right through, working from left to right. And we are going to cast on a total of 27 stitches. Now to count is the rigid bumps. To count right on the top of the rigid bumps. That's how I count. So right on the tops, the rigid bumps, or you can count in the middle, inserting your finger into the holes, but that can be confusing. So to count, just count the tops of the stitch, the rigid bumps. And you want a total of 27 stitches, guys. So that first stitch we did was 1. So just count along as you're making them, very important. So you know you have a total of 27 stitches. And also, as an important side note, you don't want to make your chain tight, meaning you don't want to make your loops so small. So like I said about your index finger, either, right at the nail, like just right at the tip of your index finger. Because if you make it too tight, your blanket, as you're knitting, it's not going to be a nice straight sides. It's going to be expanding outwards. So just always keep that in mind when you're making your foundation chain, or the edges. You don't want to knit so tight. Always just, golden rule, what I was taught about the size of your index finger. This is the only part where you want to knit loosely. It's about the size of your index finger. That's the size of your loops should be. Sneak peek, guys, into my braiding throat tutorial. I wanted to go ahead and just share a small clip of it so you can get a feel of what it would be like. If you're interested, you can purchase this in my Etsy shop. The link will be in the description box. But this is it. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern, guys. I absolutely love it. It's incorporates hearts with the beautiful cascading waves. I teach slow, and I also teach, to aim for an ease of understanding. But absolutely love this blanket, guys. Absolutely gorgeous.